Gang, Mafia, what's up, everybody? What is up? What is up? You know, I gotta say, I love how you interact with each other. It makes me really happy to see it. So, it makes me feel like one part of one family here. So, I thank you for that. keep it up, really. What do we got here, man? Aiden, Rose for you, babe. Gregan's in the house. Matt F. Jonathan, Matt Sings in the house. Landis is here. I saw Princess Torres here too. Jonathan, put Mike Pellegrini. What's up, dude? Mark Watson's in the house too. What's up, man? Let me get some comments here. Scott Barlow or Diego Castillo for pitching help. Yeah, Castillo. Barlow for bullpen. Castillo for yeah, both of them would be nice. Honestly, Yankees need outfield defense as well. Can't forget that. Yes, Rose for you too. Unfortunately, the news came out today that the Royals have 10 unvaccinated players, and they had to put 10 guys on the restricted list because they can't go to Toronto and play them. So they're sending 10 prospects out there. Unfortunately, Andrew Benetendi is one of them, and so is Michael Taylor, two guys that were on the target list for the Yankees. So now that doesn't necessarily mean that the Yankees will not get them, but you know they're not going to be able to play in Toronto. So why would you trade for somebody you know is not going to be able to play a handful of games? Probably important games too. So it makes less sense for them to acquire these guys. So I'm pivoting personally over to Ian Happ from the Chicago Cubs now. And obviously Brian Reynolds is my preferred guy. But so just wanted to throw that out there. And it's going to change other teams' calculus too. And I don't know how the hell they got 10 unvaccinated players, but it is what it is. Phillies have 4. So they had to put a bunch of guys on the restricted list too before Toronto too. So it is what it is. Who else we got here? Yeah, Gallo, yeah. And Severino now. He walked off the mound after one warm-up pitch in the third inning. He's got right shoulder tightness, so that's not good. That's not good. So, yeah, I mean, he has an option for next year, and I was pretty confident the Yankees were going to exercise it. Now I'm not. Uh-oh. Tie game, Stanton, baby. Guns. Giancarlo Stanton just tied the game at 6. That's my man right there, clutch. Money Stanton, baby. Ron Duffy's in the house. Stanton tied the game. Yes, 6-6. Opposite field home run, baby. Whole new ball game. Udall, what's up, Udall? Yeah, Ron Duffy. Warner. Right here, baby. He needed that. The Yankees needed that. Now, let's get ahead here. Maybe put him in a position to get a save. You know? With no outs, fantastic. And whole new energy in the stadium. And keep in mind, the Reds have won out of 4 or 5 games in a row. They swept the Tampa Bay Rays before they came to New York. So they're on a roll. Gleyber Torres is up. That's what I'm talking about. We needed that, baby. We needed that. Baseball. Kenneth, what's up, man? 62 games. Yeah, it's a long season. Ron Duffy's asking trade Judge. I don't know if they're going to. I doubt they're going to, but I said it. I mean, once he turned down that extension, it has to be at least an option to be considered. But I don't know if they're going to do it now. Yeah, Billy. Severino walked off the mound after one warm-up pitch. He's getting sent for an MRI. He's got right shoulder tightness in his pitching arm. So that's nothing else other than he's getting an MRI, Billy. But that's not a good sign to right shoulder tightness. So, Gleyber Torres foul ball. They might need to go get 2 starters now. So this could change the Yankees' calculus. This could change their calculus. And again, the news about Benetendi and Michael Taylor also could change, Cashman's calculus too. So, yeah, home run, baby. Home run by Stanton. Do I expect Gallo to be traded? Yeah, I think he'll be traded. They have to. I mean, honestly, they have to. I would trade him sooner than later. Honestly, would not wait. So get whatever payroll relief you can get. You know what I mean? It's that's what I got to do. I mean, I don't understand. I don't know. There's no other option, really. There's no other option. So, and I know they don't DFA and release him, because then if they do that, then any team that picks him up, the Yankees still have to assume all the salary. So, and at this point, there is no way they're going to recoup prospect value that that they gave up for him. And even though they didn't even trade a top 6 prospect for him, they traded 4 prospects though. They traded quantity over quality, but there's no matter what they do, they're not going to recoup what they gave up for Gallo. So at this point, take it in the chin, keep it moving. That's it. But they don't like to do that, especially Cashman. So that's the one thing that frustrates me. Last time I saw Severino had shown, yeah. Do I have home run, baby? Strikeout, yeah. Torres just struck out. Donaldson's up now. With this guy Gibot. Now they got Clay Holmes warming up. Oy. I hope he redeems himself, that's for sure. But I would not bring him in without a lead. I would not bring him in without a lead. You could have expected the Severino this spring to last the whole season. Couldn't in Cortez. Yeah, I've said that 100 times too, Kenneth. Exactly. Neither one of them are going to last the whole season. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That's why I keep saying they need another starter. Need more long relief guys. So that's why I hope Domingo Germán, who should be back any day now, goes into long relief. It gives these guys another layer of protection. Just struck out Donaldson too. My thoughts in the last 3 games. I mean, it was inevitable, Princess Torres, that they were going to lose, go on a losing streak. So looked like they're a little tired and gassed and a little maybe unfocused. It was bound to happen, Princess Torres, but they're still 35 games over 500. So I'm not that worried. You know what I mean? So I did see that Udall. They signed a big guy today to a 7-year deal. The Rangers. I saw that. So a lot of changes going on in Madison Square Garden tonight for the Rangers. And you know what they need? It looks like they need to. So if Severino goes on the IL, Germán should get. That's probably what's going to happen, Jonathan. And Loisaga is not far behind too. He's in his rehab assignment now too, so he won't be that far behind either. As another reinforcement to come. But that's probably the most logical move, Germán replacing Severino in the short term. But I do think, I mean, it increases the sense of urgency for them to get a frontline starter. I'd be all over. I would call, the Reds, be like, let's get this trade done. I want Severino in our dugout. I don't want him pitching against us tomorrow. I want him in our dugout pitching against you. Like, make the freaking trade. Give up Oswald Peraza, please. They're not going to give up Anthony Volpe, even though St. Louis, I said Cincinnati's interested in him, but Peraza I would for Castillo. The question is, will he shave his facial hair and do whatever he needs to do with his hair? I don't know what they're going to require of him to do. That's the other question. Will he do that? Right. All right. So we're going into the top of the 9th here. So now we're at the point where the Yankees have to walk off. The only win now we're going to get is a walk off. So get Tyler. Tyler who, Ron? Andujar in left field and just focus on trading for pitching. You could, Gio. Andujar's not a lefty. They're looking for a lefty hitter who hits righties well, who's a better defender, and who's got a little bit of speed, and he doesn't have many of those. So, unfortunately. Princess Torres, it could be maybe Clark Schmidt or Domingo Germán, who's scheduled to come right off the IL any day now. So they could just swap. But I'm guessing Severino will probably be put on the IL tonight or tomorrow. So Kenneth, she's doing well, man. Just got to get her to sleep through the night, man. But I appreciate you asking. Thank you, Kenneth. Thurman, there's no reason you can't drop Judge down a couple spots until he gets it. He's in a slump, man. He's in a crappy slump. So. Yeah, it's a pretty good move by the Rangers today. Pretty good, couple of good moves. I'm hearing that the Knicks are probably primed to make a move for put out a big offer for Donovan Mitchell for a trade, which would be good. Which would be good too. So starting pitcher, 100% Ron Duffy. 100% need for a starting pitcher. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rich Sevy walked off the mound after one warm-up pitch in the third inning. Had shoulder stiffness and tightness, so it's not really a good sign. Chances are he's going to go on the IL. He'll be out for a little bit. So, um, yeah, it could be Winker, man. It could be very well be that. So we'll know better once the MRI comes up. We'll see. We'll have to see whether there's structural damage or not. Oh, Clay Holmes is in. He is in right now, so hopefully he's sharper than he was last night. How long is Ron Mariano? We don't know, Princess. I mean, you got a dead arm. You put him on there with a shoulder issue too, so he could be at the very least a 15-day IL. But they might. It depends on what. If there's structural damage, he might get pushed back to the 60-day IL, which would suck. But we'll see. We're kind of in limbo with him, and limbo with now Severino and a couple other guys. So it's going to be a little bit of a waiting game. Ball one. Cost of RJ. Yeah, well, they're saying that they want to not include RJ Barrett in any deal. So you give up a lot of draft picks, but not RJ Barrett. So, and I hope Leon Rose can do it without giving up Barrett. So, I'd rather have Barrett in there. Stanton, baby, right? Make sure you smash those like buttons, guys and gals, if you don't mind. Yeah, Cole ain't being traded, Ron. Funny dude. Yeah, Yankees are stressing us out a little bit. But, I mean, again, this was bound to happen. This hasn't happened yet to this team. They haven't faced any significant adversity. And this is their first bit of adversity they're facing. So we'll see how they respond to it, right? See how well, the character of this team is, the toughness of this team is. So resolve, right? I mean, this is New York again. Slumping in New York is not slumping in Boston. It's not slumping in Colorado. It's not slumping in, Texas. Slumping in New York is, they'll eat you alive here. So, Ron, peace, brother. Would I consider trading Severino? Yeah, I mean, you could, but if he's hurt, nobody's going to trade for him, Lorenzo. But yeah, I mean, they need to add a starting pitcher one way or another. All right, we got a full count here. To Fairchild. Full count to Fairchild. Yeah, Kenneth. Yeah. They need starting pitching, relief, and an outfielder. Yeah, a defensively strong outfielder. And it's a shame because Benetendi was strong. Walked them. Walked the leadoff guy, Clay Holmes. Benetendi's a good contact hitter from the left-handed side. Michael Taylor's a very strong defensive player. He's got more speed. So they both have skill sets that the Yankees could use. They do. But the news that came out about them tonight or today doesn't help. So top pitchers at all kinds. Yeah, I mean, they got to bring in here. They have to get Luis Castillo here, man. They really do. They really, really do, man. So let's see what happens here. And the double play will be perfect here, right? Let's see if he can do some ground ball. Jonathan India is up. He keeps throwing these balls inside. He's not finding the plate at all. I know they're trying to get him to right himself on the mound, but that doesn't always work, man. And again, this is his first year as closer, or even first half season's closer. So he's going to have some ups and downs. He's not Mariano Rivera. Nobody is. So he's going to go through these patches too. He is. And he has to, get it right, man. Got to get it right. But I'd be all over you. I'd be making some moves in short time, Ron. I'd be making some moves immediately. I hope to wake up tomorrow morning and Yankees acquire somebody. ... Right? So he looks like Weird Al Yankovic. My wife told me that. I thought it was pretty accurate, actually. Jonathan India. Looks like Yankovic on the freaking batting. And, all right, the 1-0 pitch. 1-1 strike. Good. I think Clay is tired too. Maz is in the house, baby. What's going on? Yeah, Mo had stretches. He had some blown saves too. It happens. It happens. You know. And this is where, yeah, see, Coconuts, you're right about that. He waits until 1 and 2. He waits until the hopes of prices going down. They don't always go down, especially with guys less guys that are going to be available. There's going to be more people, more bidders in there, which is going to drive the prices up. So if I were him, there's a fine line, right? You wait for the prices to go down, and then you lose the opportunity because you're waiting for the price to go down and have been moved now to other teams and lose out on guys that you could have brought. So that's the fine line that Cashman rides every year, and this is not the year I would be doing that. I would be making moves now. I would not. Yeah, I'll be making moves right now. I would not be waiting until the deadline. So whatever was said on the mound might have worked. Yeah, we'll see. Just got to keep attacking. That's for sure. It's good. I think it's because Mike Minor was on the mound as is a lefty, so the matchup was not good. But I mean, he was in the dugout there, looking ready to pinch hit. So I'm guessing he's going to pinch hit in the 9th inning. He had a bat, and he had his helmet on and stuff. So I think we'll see him in the 9th. Got him. Struck out India. That's a big out. Kojak 911. Thanks so much for the donut, bro. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you. Props to you. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. I appreciate it. Big strikeout to India, man. Big strikeout. Looks like his off-speed pitch was there, so it's a good thing. But we need him to continue attacking. So hopefully last night was just a blip in the whole thing. So, but we'll see. Yeah, Nick, I don't think it would be a huge mistake, and he knows it now. If he gets only runners on first and second, some kind of funky ground out by the line over there, and Donaldson wasn't able to get it. So it was runners on first and second. He has to get a starting pitcher now. Well, what's going on? It'd be one of the biggest mistakes he'd ever make if he doesn't bring in a starting pitcher one way or another. One way or another, it would be terrible. It would be so stupid if he doesn't bring that in. So bullpen and a complement play is not enough. So especially now with Severino down, Nestor Cortez is going to be going on some kind of innings limit soon. Tyone with some regression, so he has to bring in a starting pitcher. There's no way he can't. There's no way he can't. Yeah, definitely E5, E. Bronson. I mean, Brian Reynolds would be perfect, Kenneth, but the news about Benetendi tonight probably decreases the chance that the Yankees trade for him. Josh Bell, yeah, he would be a nice backup for infield. What's up, Jordans? What's going on, bro? No, he does, Knicks. He does. 2-0. 2-0. Come on, Holmes. Well, Coffee Cat, he's unvaccinated as of today. So they announced 10 Royals players are unvaccinated. 10 guys got put on the restricted list to go to Toronto. So they're sending a bunch of prospects there. 40% of their roster is not vaccinated. And the other guy, Michael Taylor, who the Yankees were talking about looking at, he's also unvaccinated. So the chances of them getting either one of them is very, very slim now. Very slim. So, and why would you acquire somebody who can't play a bunch of games anyway? It doesn't make any sense. So, especially games like that where they're going to need him in places like Toronto. So, I think the likeliness of them getting them is lower now. I would be just pivoting to Ian Happ for Chicago. Or Brian Reynolds, obviously. Shoulder tightness for Severino, yep. Yeah, well, Lucas Licky's warming up in the pen. 3-1 pitch. Fall back. 3-2. Okay. Castillo, Rodon. They got Lucas warming in the bullpen. Yeah, Licky's warming up in the pen. Yeah, Happ. I mean, Happ is definitely a step up. He's got an extra controllable year too. He's also a switch hitter, unlike Benetendi. So, pop up to Stanton, 2 outs. Runners are still on first and second, so it's 2 outs. They can get out of this. Yeah, I mean, I think he should have caught that 2 Donaldson, but if they get out of the inning, then it doesn't matter. So yeah, this ump has a huge strike zone coffee out. It's gigantic. So Clay is just going through a rough patch. This is his first patch of adversity as a closer for the Yankees, and it's his mechanics a little bit off. Everything's a little bit off right now. So he has to fight through. He has to fight through some things. And Mo had to do this. A lot of guys had to do this. So it's just part of the process. And Joey Votto is up next. So they're having a Mound conference here. So and Ian Happ, not AJ Happ, there, Duffney. Since we're talking ugliest Reds jersey, yeah, this jersey is pretty wretched. I would agree with that next. Paul O'Neill. Sanchez. All right, man. What do we got here, Billy Branch? What do we got here? All right, Joey Gallo's up. Let's get out of this. Let's just get out of this and walk it off in the bottom of the ninth. And that's the ideal scenario, right? So, we'll see what they do. 0-0 pitch. Oof. Could have been a wild pitch. Higashioka scooped that in the dirt. Good play by Higgy. 1-0. Damn. Votto's still dangerous. Votto is a dangerous hitter. So be careful with him. All right. So the 1-0 pitch to Votto. And 2-0. 2-0. Man, if Carpenter walks it off, that would be so awesome. Coffee Cat, so freaking awesome. I would love that, man. He hasn't walked off yet for the Yankees. So let's just get through Votto here. Let's get out of this inning, man. I feel a hell of a lot better. Come on. Throw in the dirt, 3-0. Come on, man. You don't want to load the bases up. Jesus. I think Holmes needs a little, a tiny break. And his mechanics are off. I would be working on his mechanics a little bit. It's 3-0. 3-1 foul ball. Votto was on that, Don. Votto was on that. And again, this is the first time it happens. That Holmes has thrown this much in such a period of time in these high leverage situations. When he was with the Pirates, he wasn't doing that. This is completely different, so it's more taxing, and he has to get used to this. He does. Michael King that dude's got ice in his veins, Michael King. So we need Clay Holmes to get there too. And the 3-1 pitch, ground ball. Come on. Inning's over. All right. 6-6 heading to the bottom of the ninth. All right, Holmes, you got out of it, man. Better than yesterday. So I'll take that. So, all right, out of the inning. We could breathe. Usa. Right? Let's just oh, yeah. Fatigue, yeah. Fatigue. There's a lot. I think a lot of the players are tired. A lot of the players are tired. There's only so much you can sustain that dominance they've had for this long. It's just, especially with so many holes in the lineup. Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. So, but yeah, this is what, like Kenneth, I don't want them to become complacent or, kind of loosen up the belt straps because they have a big lead. Don't do that because they could blow up in their face. Do not do that. Keep the pressure on. Keep the foot on the gas pedal. Keep winning games, right? So, Billy, you're right too. That winning could that inning could go, could kind of set him back on the right track. So it was good to see him do that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Ron Duffney? You know what I mean? Carpenter, yeah, I saw he was in the dugout. I see him pinch hitting in the bottom of the ninth. So, I mean, if he does, I hope he hits a freaking walk-off home run. And we go home, and we go right for Luis Castillo tomorrow. Yep. Yep. All right, Carp. Yeah, Holmes has to. I mean, Holmes he's got to, not worry too much. He's got to focus on his good pitches, his strength pitches, and not get himself into a hole like he did last night. He fought his way through it today. Props to him. Have a great night, Ron Duffney. You being here had 50 reports after a game. Go to Seattle. Exactly. It's a completely different animal here. I mean, New York it's crazy. There's nothing in the world like it anywhere. California, no. Texas, no. Florida, New York is completely insane. Hunter Strickland's up. Right, he's got a 4.99 ERA, 30 strikeout, no, 20 strikeout, 26 strikeouts in 30 innings, 20 walks. Looks like a guy the Yankees could get to. So we'll see. I don't know who the hell's up. I hope it's Carpenter. We'll see. And they might walk him. So we'll see. I don't know what they're gonna do. Yeah, Mo had a remarkable ability to do that, Mr. Coconuts. He really did. After he blows snake, comes out, does nothing happen. So, yep, Carpenter. And he's 0 for 5 with 4 walks and 4 strikeouts as a pinch hitter. So, Yankees have 10 walk-off wins this year. Come on, Carpenter, man. DJ, I don't think he has a walk-off here either. You're right about that, Fred. I think you're absolutely right about that. So make sure you hit that like button. Please smash that like button if you haven't done so yet. Especially if they win and we celebrate here, okay? All right. Carpenter's up. Warning track, fly ball. Off the first pitch. I wouldn't have swung at the first pitch. A few feet from the wall. Damn it. Yeah. I wouldn't have swung at the first pitch, but that's just me. All right, Carpenter's out. Who's up? It would be nice if Gallo can get a walk-off. I don't think he's gotten a walk-off either. He could use a damn walk-off and some good vibes, right? How about you, Gallo? Come on, dude. All right, let's see what we got here. Chapman had a pretty solid out. I got to give him. Chapman had a pretty solid inning too. So compared to what he's been doing recently, hell of a lot better today. Scoreless inning. So I got to give it to Chappie too. JP Sears was pretty solid. Albert Abreu was solid. So all across the board, to kind of pick up Severino, who's unfortunately hurt now. Come on, Gallo. Hit a moonshot here, baby. Oof. Ripped foul. It's probably any day now, Rivera. I mean, but I would still like if I would love if Gallo walked off, man. That would be kind of nice. Yeah. Next thing we got the ghost runners. It's gonna be even tougher. So, and we want to avoid extra innings so we can get out of this freaking ghost runners. All right, the 1-1 pitch to Gallo. 1-2 foul ball. Yeah, well, I think we'll get a better idea, Sean Browning, when Sevy's getting an MRI tomorrow, so we'll get a better idea of what's going on once we get some results there. I mean, we need to find out there's going to be any structural damage, whatnot. It said shoulder tightness and stiffness, but he walked off the mound so I'm hoping that's not that bad. So, Doug L, man, what's going on, man? I love a base on balls here instead of a strikeout, but we'll see. It's 1-2. Hunter Strickland. To Gallo. And the 1-2 pitch. 2-2 outside. It's DJ's up next. Okay. Gallo. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's get it. All right, it's 2-2 on Joey Gallo. And the pitch for Hunter Strickland. Called strikeout on the outside corner. I don't know that I agree with that pitch either. That was a late call. Didn't look like a... I got to do a double take here. Let me do a double take. Let's see this pitch. Outside corner. No. No. It was outside corner and low, and he brought it up, and no. This is a prime example of this guy's monster strike zone. Yeah, I don't agree with that one being a strike. All right, 1-0 to DJ. Yeah, that was a bad call. That was a bad call on Gallo. All right. DJ's 2 for 7 against this guy. So, the 1-0 pitch. Can we walk it off? Strike. 1-1. 1-1 down the middle. Yeah, the umpire have been pretty bad for both, right? You're right about that. No, I don't think that's Hernandez. At least I'm not. I don't think so. But all right, so it's 1-1. The pitch to DJ. Fly ball to right field. Inning over. We're going extras. Bonos Cantos. Free baseball. All right, ghost runner time. GRT, man, ghost runner time. I wonder who I'm guessing Lucas Lecky's going to come in. So he was phenomenal his last outing, Lucas Lecky. So, yeah, free baseball, guys and gals. Free baseball. Promoting the hard floor, yeah. I mean, for Chop, right? Yeah, I don't know what I don't know. At this point, like, they should just, I don't know. Chop. I would have moved Gallo and just gotten whatever I can get back in return for him at this point. You know, that's the way I look at it. Yeah, I'm guessing the robot umps are coming soon. So, but yeah, right. They're bringing in Lucas, so hopefully we can get through. Yeah, hopefully Licky can get this guy's out, have a clean inning. Remember, there's a runner on second automatically. There's ghost runner, so they're gonna have to be a little bit more, tight around the pitches and on points to these guys. So we'll see. Tim LaCastro's another one, man. Yeah, the Yankees are just pressing all together, Peanut. They swept the Tampa Bay Rays before they got here, so the Reds are just playing really well. It happens. It happens. Yeah, I agree with you. Greg dump is pretty bad. Yeah, now let's not get crazy there, Ron. Fire Cashman, come on. Pitch. I don't know. The pitch comes. They have an awful lot of issues with them, that's for sure. But I don't take it so much of the human element out of the game. But that's just me. Yeah, this is one of the worst call games. Yeah, I would agree. Jace Pierre, what's up, dude? All right, Michael King is in. So they sat down Licky and they brought in Michael King. So let's not overreact, Ron. He's not doing his job. They are 35 games over 500, so, and best record in baseball. So unfortunately, we have to be patient, and which is not a Not a good word that we generally use in New York for baseball. So being patient. Patience is not something I can't stand I don't like the ghost runner rule around. Well, I see. I would have it a little differently. If you're gonna do ghost runner, I would have for the 10th and the 11th inning, I would have the runner on first. Okay, and then for the 12th and 13th, the runner on second, and after that or whatever. But at the very least, I would keep the runner on first for the 10th and 11th, and then you can go to second after that. I would gradually move the runner over. This just makes it more difficult for relievers, the ghost runner, but it is what it is. So Herman and Sears piggyback, you could do that. I mean Schmidt too. Why not? Why not? Joey Votto, yeah, I mean he's a shell. He's not the same guy as he was, but he's older too. I think he's. Let me check his age, Joey. I think he might be 38. Let's see, Joey Votto. Let's see how old he is. Joey Votto. He is. Yeah, he's 38. 38 years old. So he's in the back end of his career. I think he has, I don't know, maybe another year left or two in his contract. So base hit up the middle. Oh, does not score. I'm surprised. Right, run up the middle to Judge. The guy didn't score, so it's a run on first and third now. So there's a chance they could get out of this unscathed. I'm really surprised at this one. I really am. But Judge has a good arm, so I'm guessing, and the ball was hit relatively hard, and Judge was not playing very deep, so he would have been nailed most likely. And yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, but I'm not a fan of the ghost runner rule. At least in the 10th and 11th inning, I'm not. I would have the runner at first. And let's see here. Let's see. Hope they don't bring that. Yeah, I mean, Peanut, I'm with you there. I would boot it too. I would boot the ghost runner rule. All right, so Matt Reynolds is up here. No outs, runners on first and third. Be curious to see what they do here. If they go for the lead runner, try to get double play or whatnot. I'm really curious to see what they do. If the ball's hitting the ground. Strike one. Or it'd be nice to get a pop up and get one out and then I get a double play. That would be awesome. Be awesome. So we'll see what they do. Yeah, Andujar and Florial, they're both ripping it up, man. They really are. They really are. That's frustrating too. That's frustrating too, Chop. No doubt about it. The 0-1. 1-1. 1-1. Yeah, I don't understand some of the rules here. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Marwin's on the bench. Yes, he is. Trevino's on the bench too. I think those two guys, right? Yeah. Yeah, but again, Jonathan, this is a stress that we were bound to go through at some point. And honestly, I'd rather they go through it now than than early in the playoffs or whatnot. So I'd rather they have this type of rough period now, so they can right the ship, and because in the playoffs you get cold, you're done. So when it gets hot, you're done. That's it. There's no coming back. So this to me is, I guess it's the right time. It's never a great time, but I guess it's the right time for this to happen. Right before the trade deadline, it'll give them a better idea of what they really would need. And also, I think it'll put the pressure on Cashman to actually, dude, you got to fork up some guys. If you want something, you got to give something to get something of value. It's that simple. So, and my boy Joey Caputo over at the Shift, he reminded me of that when we were talking the other day about some stuff, the trade deadline, and he's right. He's absolutely right. So props to Joey Caputo. Go check out his channel if you haven't seen it, The Shift. It's a good baseball channel. All right, 2-2. 2-2. Yeah, Judge is off. I doubt they'll use Hicks off the bench, Aiden. I don't think Hicks is in this game. So let's go. Let's go, Kingy. Come on, man. Let's see if we can get this guy out. Judge is slumping, man. He's definitely slumping in Rivera. There's no doubt about it. Struck him out. Nasty slider. One down. Now we can get the double play. So, which would be phenomenal if they did. Seems like great July cashed. He doesn't need anything yet. Well, the thing with Mr. Coconuts, he acknowledged that he needs to do some things. Right? So he generally doesn't do that. He actually did that recently. So they acknowledge they have to make some moves and they have to get better. So that to me is refreshing at the very least. What he does, I don't know. His appetite for overpaying is never there. So, but again, you're gonna have to overpay if you want the right guys. If they're really different, if they're needle movers, you gotta pay more than you think. So the problem with Rodon, Aiden, is he's also approaching his innings limit. So it would be kind of foolish to trade for him and then not be able to use him for much more for this season because of his innings limits. So that's the only reason I would not go for him. And he also has an opt-out that triggers automatically at 110 innings pitched, which is not a lot of innings pitched. So it shows that he's not an innings guy. Uh-oh. Come on, 2. Double play! Five, 4, 3 double play, baby. Judge is leading off the bottom of the 10th. Yep, Judge. I think it's Judge Rizzo and Stanton, if I'm not mistaken. I think. All right, we have the right guys coming up. So, bottom 10, we got the ghost runner there. All we need is a base hit to win this freaking thing. Great inning by King. Great inning by King, man. Fantastic. What about now, Udall? I'm talking a little bit lower because I have a baby in the other room, but can you hear me now better? Yeah, I have to have a quiet yell right now, Brunson, because I got the baby sleeping in the other room. So that's why. You can hear me? Okay, good. Get my water here for Ron. Gotta hydrate for this hopeful win here this inning. So Judge is due too. It'd be nice if he got a walk-off here as well, right? But any one of those guys, Judge, Rizzo, Stanton, whatever, just one of them, please get the walk-off. Balling with AC's in the house. What's up, my man? Good. Yeah, the inning, they got exactly what he needed. That's what the good thing about King is. He has these good off-speed sliders and just he's able to induce a lot of ground balls. And we have a very good defensive infield, and that showed. So right to Donaldson, right to second, right to first. Smooth double play, man. So it's fantastic. DJ was the last out, Billy. So yeah, he's the ghost runner. Yep. Yes, indeed. All right, man. This is it. Let's see what else we got here. Yes, Judge, Rizzo, Stanton. Baby's good, Ballin. Baby's good. It's working on improving the sleep. That's it, man. But she's good, man. Thank you for asking, dude. Now the boy Brunson. The Yankees win. I'm going to reward myself with some Haagen-Dazs chocolate. And the Yankees win. Severino pulled himself out, Aiden, after 2 innings. He threw one warm-up pitch in the third, and then he pulled himself out. He's having shoulder problems. So he's going for an MRI tomorrow. He was experiencing right shoulder tightness. So that's not a good sign. So that's just more proof. The Yankees need more pitching. So I will do, Udall. Mazel tov. I'll tell her Uncle Udall send his regards. Simply Fog. Brother, been a long time, man. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for the dono, too, bro. I appreciate that, man. Hendricks is now hurt. Kyle Hendricks from the Cubs, he's going to miss several. They're shutting him down for 2 to 3 weeks as of today. Kyle Hendricks. So another pitcher down. Okay, so Diaz, who's Edwin Diaz's brother, is closing right now for the Reds. So, but thank you, Simply Five. Yeah, unfortunately, Hendricks is now off the trade. Off the trade deadline market too. They're shutting him down for at least 2 to 3 weeks, shutting him down completely, no pitching. So that stinks. That really stinks. Sevy pitched 88 innings, triple S. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's a lot more innings. He threw like 8 innings last year, 10 or something like that. So I didn't, like so many folks are expecting him and Cortez to throw 175, 180. That's not happening to either one of them. Oof, 1-2 to Judge. This guy's throwing gas. 97. He's got good movement on his pitches too. Hope Severino does not have a plate. No, it's shoulder. It's shoulder, Udall. And they already say he's got shoulder stiffness and shoulder. So they're MRIing his shoulder tomorrow. Making sure we return to the Savages. If they return, Sean, and they come back to power, I'll definitely do that. I will definitely do that. All right. Oof. 2-2, and I got wild too. Yeah, I mean Judge. I mean it would be great. It would be great for Judge to walk off here. Simply Five. Thank you again, bro, for the donor. I appreciate it. Contreras. I think today was a good day, man. Thank you. Hopefully the same to you too. I think the Mets or the Astros are gonna get Contreras. Mets or the Astros. Those are my two picks for him. Wilson Contreras. 2-2. Struck out Judge. Dude is slumping legit, man. Let's see if they walk Rizzo now to try to get. That was high up in the middle. So he blew that by Judge. Yeah, so I think he'll say Astros or the Mets. Simply Fog. Yeah, Judge he's reeling, man. So it looks like they're gonna walk Rizzo to try to induce a double play for Stanton. So now we have runners on first and second. It'd be nice if Stanton took him deep here, like he did last time. A walk-off for Stanton, I'll take that too. Just get a base hit or something, man, but please. Please. Oh. All right, we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Judge's new well, Laurie, this is one thing I said. That's why the people that were saying like 400 million blank check, I said it's too early in the season to be making those type of declarations, man. It's too early. Way too early for that stuff. No. Yeah, I mean, Tony. I know that, man. Oof. 0-1. Right down the middle. The Mariners won't trade up Diego Castillo. Yeah, I mean, it would be unlikely, Simply Fog, if they did. I would like it, but it would be unlikely. Very unlikely. And I think they do want to add too. So they have to build around him. They got to build around Robbie Ray. So they spent a lot of money on Ray. Oof. 0-2. 0-2. Your grandma's all right. Aaron Cedillo, nice, dude. Scott Barlow and Diego Castillo would be phenomenal to Yankees to get both of them. It's going to cost a lot to get both of them, but again, you got to give something to get something, right? All right, here we go. The 0-2 pitch. Oh! Wild pitch. Runners moved up. Runners on second and third now. So all we need now is a sac fly. Sac fly. But it has to be this guy. This at bat. Can't do it with 2 outs. Of course, they bring in infielders in. The manager just called the outfielders in. So, fly ball wins it with this at bat. Hoping they make it. Ray and Sally not worked out so far. Yeah, I mean, he cashed in on a Cy Young Award. There's no doubt about it, Robbie Ray. And why not, He cashed in on it. He definitely did. So, they have to build around him. They definitely have to build around him. They need more pitching. Let's see. Ooh! Wild pitch. Yankees win. The birthday boy, DJ LeMahieu, slides, steals home on a wild pitch. Yeah. Yankees win 7-6, baby. Take it any way we can get it. DJ, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Yeah, this guy's his off speed's he's wild. He's wild. So, and gets far enough away so that the runner can score. So, yep, DJ scored. Awesome, awesome. 60-second victory. 36 over 500. 36 games over 500. So, again, take it any way we can get it. Breaks the Yankees losing streak, breaks the Rays winning streak. Now they have some momentum going into the game tomorrow against Luis Castillo. Again, I would love to wake up tomorrow and to see, by the way, Luis Castillo was traded to the Yankees overnight. He's pitching against the Reds. I would love that. I think a lot of people would. Do I think it'll happen? Probably not. But even so, would be kind of cool. But with that said, the Yankees win, man. The Yankees win. Judge has hit a slump. Yeah, he's been slumping for a while, Christopher. And again, this is the thing. Like, and people understand this. He's slumping when the Yankees are winning. He's slumping when the Yankees are losing. So this is not the Yankees are slumping because Judge is slumping. That's no. Okay, this is what happens. Even the best players slump. It happens. Let's not look for reasons to justify or blame others. No, just be open about it. He's slumping. Stanton slumps. Rizzo slumps. Power pitching slumps. So does Judge. It's okay. When calling it out doesn't make you a Judge hater. It doesn't. No. Haagen-Dazs chocolate for the Yankees win. I'm saving this for the Yankees win. Let's see here. Mike Trout. Let's see. Trout's got, since somebody brought up 24 home runs, he's batting 270. This year, he has 282 at-bats with 97 strikeouts. 283 with 97 strikeouts. Judge has 319 at-bats with 94 strikeouts. They're only 3 strikeouts apart from each other, Rose. 3, not 30. 3. So I fact check stuff like that all the time. People do this. And but nevertheless, I mean, Trout is, well, it looks like he's healthy again. They're having a pretty solid year. Talk about IKF. Let's talk about the 3-run double he hit today. Your little troll job here, Peter, does absolutely nothing for your argument leading the league. It means nothing. He hasn't cost the Yankees any wins. 3-run double today. Great night. Have a great night, Ron. He hit that. Do you see those hits he took today, Alexander? Yeah. Doesn't matter 30 more bats. Doesn't matter. Guys got letting the. Yeah. Gotcha, Alexander. No doubt, man. Yeah, it was good to see. We got some haters here, but it's all good. Severino, so he took himself out of the game in the 3rd inning after one more pitch, shoulder in the pitching arm. He's getting an MRI tomorrow. He had the doctor look at it today, shoulder tightness, but he's getting an MRI tomorrow. So we'll have a better idea within the next 24 to 48 hours as to whether there's structural damage or whatever else. So that's the key. That's the key. Exactly, Alexander. Yeah, IKF has done what the Yankees need what they've asked for him. So I don't see the point in continually trolling especially when it's not working anyway. So IKS defense needs some improvement. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Yeah, we need starting pitching. His defense hasn't cost him any cost us any games either. So we're talking about it, Peter. Could be seen as problematic. Could be seen. It's the first thing you brought up, dude. The first thing you brought up. That's trolling. Okay, that's trolling. It's like you have your talking points, whether they're yours or given to you by some other propaganda place. It's like they're just ready. You can talk about Judge slump and what he did today, but no, you go right after IKF, who hit a 3-run double today. Okay, whose offense was very, very important to the game. No, instead you go right to the defense. His defense hasn't cost the Yankees any games. So your argument is irrelevant. We can keep talking about it, but go right ahead. Go right ahead. I didn't say you couldn't talk about it, but I'm going to call you out on it if it's baloney. Okay. Don't think I'm not going to be ready for you, Peter. Yankees win, baby. That's right. Will the Marlins trade Pablo Lopez? You seem unlikely, but you never know. You never really know. I mean, they need some more offense, so they might trade from their pitching depth to get some offense. If they're going to trade a pitcher, it's probably Lopez and not Alcantara. So I think that's the more likely scenario. But trading Alcantara is very unlikely. Very unlikely. It would take a mountain to move that dude. So make sure you smash that like button, guys and gals. Let's get over 100 as quickly as we can, if you don't mind. So at the end of the day, I mean, it's 50-50 right now as to whether they trade Pablo Lopez. I think it's almost 0% that they trade Sandy Alcantara. So Simply Fog, thank you again, bro. It's all good, man. It's all good, Simply. That's when it happens. When the argument gets countered, when it gets called out, then they say I'm not letting them speak or whatever. They're speaking. I'm not blocking them. Okay, there's whatever they want, but just because you have a counter argument, it's like you're not letting me speak. Where? Who's blocking you, dude? Nobody. Matt Singh, thank you so much too, bro. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, Boltius, for the donos tonight. Very generous tonight, guys. We need to keep Castillo in New York. Waldichuk deserves a go now. Kid's been dominating AAA. Benetendi and Taylor seems like it's a go. Benetendi and Taylor is more likely a no-go now after the news that came out this afternoon about them. Unfortunately, Matt Singh, and I don't know if you heard, but they're 10 unvaccinated Royals players. They're 2 of them. And they got put on the restricted list today. And the Royals have to call up 10 prospects to send to Toronto. So the chances of them getting moved now, at least the Yankees, are less than they were before. I'm not saying it's impossible, but they're lower. They're lower because of that, because I don't know if the Yankees are going to want to acquire somebody who's not going to be able to play a bunch of games because of this. So it's kind of stupid, but it is what it is. But yeah, that came out earlier today, Matt, saying that Whit Merrifield's unvaccinated, like a whole bunch of them are unvaccinated. So, and that's still a thing, man. That's still a thing, and it's the mandate over in Canada. So that's something that has to be why Yankee fans don't talk about acquiring. Because Molly's hurt, dude, and he's unvaccinated. So again, he won't be able to pitch in Toronto, and he's hurt. So what's the point? Molly's unvaccinated. Andrew Benetendi's unvaccinated. Michael Taylor's unvaccinated. So that actually matters now because you will not be able to go to Toronto to play. And they need guys to go to Toronto and play to preserve their lead. So I personally pivoted over now to Ian Happ. Ian Happ. So I don't want to bring in somebody who's not vaccinated who can't play a bunch of games. What's the point of that? What's the point of it? Billy, fantastic point that you just brought up to Peter. Fantastic point. Thank you. Excellent point, dude. The thought of him being unvaccinated, not being vaccinated, yeah, it does. I mean, again, he can't play in Canada, and they need guys to be able to play. If they're in a playoff race, that doesn't help them, right? So, again, it's defeating the purpose. Good jobs by JP Sears was good. Solid Abreu, solid Michael King. Thank you guys. Solid work by the bullpen, man. Solid, and even Chapman too. He had a scoreless inning, so he worked his way out of a little bit of a jam, but he was pretty solid too. So I got to give Chapman some props too. I do. Would I give up top prospects? I would. I would lead a package with Jason Dominguez for Brian Reynolds. I would not give up Volpe for him. But Dominguez and some other guys, yes, I would. Exactly, Ball Lacey. Exactly. And he thinks we're not ready, man. Thinks we're not ready for him. I'm pumped to see Somerset. Yeah, man. And Everson Pereira just got promoted from single A to Somerset today. That lineup is stacked, baby. Stacked. I love it. I love it. It's good to see now 10 of the top 15 Yankees prospects are either in AA or AAA. So it's a testament to these guys continuing developing. And a lot of these guys are going to be more major league ready, which means they're either going to help the team or they'll be trade assets or whatnot. So either way, it's a good sign of their farm. It's a good sign of their farm. Feels uncomfortable seeing Judge, Rizzo, and Stanton. Yeah, I mean, Stanton went. Yeah, I mean, Stanton. We need Stanton to be more productive too. We do. And we need Judge, and we need Rizzo to be more productive. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it, man. So it happens, but we got the win. That's the key thing. And I don't care if it's a wild pitch or not. It was good to see DJ hustle and slide and take that home plate. So I love it. All right, we got 75 likes, only 25 from 100. We got 130 people in here. So let's knock that. Let's just blast through 100 guys and gals. Do I think Volpe will be a starting shortstop next year? If IKF is here, no. I think he'll get a shot, but I don't. I think he'll get a shot. He'll get a shot if he keeps producing. But I don't want to rush the guy either. So he's got to be ready to handle the major leagues. It took him a while to adapt to AA. It's going to take him a while probably to adapt to AAA. So I know I understand IKF is most likely a stopgap. But again, I don't want to rush Volpe either at the expense of just moving IKF because people don't like IKF. That doesn't make any sense to me. So, and it does seem now that Ian Happ is probably the more likely guy for them to pursue. But again, crazy things have happened. So I really don't know. They could get Benetendi. I don't know what they're going to do. But that type of stuff can change the calculus of a team. It can change Cashman's calculus. It can change other teams' calculus as to whether, as to whether they're going to acquire a player that's unvaccinated. Because again, games in Toronto, if you're in a divisional race and these guys can't play, right? And if you have multiple guys that are not vaccinated, that affects the team's performance. So it is what it is, right? So I'm curious to see what's going to happen now, whether that's going to change the trade deadline kind of philosophy of certain teams. Ooh, 88 likes. All right, man. Let's knock it. Let's knock do that 100, baby. Do a mind-blowing trade for Alcantara and him and Jazz Chisholm. That would be like the blockbuster of the decade if you can get that. And it's going to call you have to give up Volpe. You got to give it to me. You just have to. You have to. But that would be nuts. But I would not be offended if they got like the other one, Joey Wendell and Pablo Lopez for the Marlins. I wouldn't be offended at that at all. Because that would also help the Yankees. That would. So Jim Jordan's back in the house. What's happening, my man? I'm glad that you like him, man. Welcome. Always welcome here. And I agree too, Ball. And he's going to make some kind of stealth ninja move that none of us are thinking about. And we're going to be like, what? He always does this every year. Did anybody think he was going to get Clay Holmes? I never even heard of Clay Holmes before he got him. But I remember so many of us were running around with our hair on fire because he got traded to Hoyt Park. Holy shit. Remember that? People were outraged. Nobody even – it doesn't matter now. All right, Jose Trevino. Nobody heard of Jose Trevino now. He's one of our stud players. Those are some of those gem moves by Brian Cashman, those diamond in the rough moves. So as long as he keeps doing that, But yes, I agree too, Daniel. Judge was due for a slump. It happens to the best players too. It happens to the best players. It's amazing how, so many folks, especially on here, who don't mind calling out like a Trout slump, but are outraged at mentioning a judge slump. Like there's no difference. No difference. You know, you only make one more regular trip to Toronto. Yeah, but it still matters, Robert. It still matters. So, and again, that could also affect other teams too. So, which can indirectly affect the Yankees' position in the playoffs. So, mock trade: Yankees get Luis Castillo for Peraza, Florial, Wisniewski, Gomez. It might cost that. It might cost that. If there's any way the Yankees could maybe try to get Luis Sessa back too, that would be nice. But Peraza, Florial, Hayden Wisniewski, Tony Gomez. Yeah, I'm guessing it's probably going to be the requisite package to get a Luis Castillo. That's pretty solid, Talbot. That's pretty solid. League lead and everything. That's meaningless. Doesn't really matter. Has it cost so many games? No, doesn't matter. So it really doesn't matter at this point. Jazz Chin would be Hollywood here, man. He would be phenomenal here. He's got that bright light in New York. He would be perfect here, Jazz Chisholm. The first list for Jose Ramirez is added to it. Pete Alonso, I think Giancarlo Stanton. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up really quickly. I think they were finalizing the list today. MLB Home Run Derby. Let's see. Okay, the contestants. Here we go. Jose Ramirez from the Indians. Julio Rodriguez from the super rookie from the Mariners. Kyle Schwarber, who's got, I think, 28 or 29 home runs. Juan Soto. Pete Alonso. Ronald Acuna Jr. Albert Pujols. This is going to be more of a, I guess, a sentimental thing or a legacy thing, but he's going to be participating too. That's what I see so far, and I think Giancarlo Stanton as well. I'm seeing mostly National League guys, so I'm waiting to see more American League guys. But Ramirez, Julio Rodriguez, American League. Stanton, that's 3. And it looks like there's a couple more that need to be, but that's what I have so far for the Home Run Derby. That's what I have so far. Yeah, LaCastro can give him some speed and some defense, Sean Bryan. That's for sure. That's for sure, man. No doubt. Maybe ELT in Japan. You might be right. I mean, I like Marvin Gonzalez as our utility guy. I do. But somebody who can play infield and outfield would be ideal. Would be ideal. So, yeah, I mean, the Joey Gallo project just didn't work here, right? I like his effort. He works as hard as anybody else, but it just hasn't worked here. It's time to just take it in the chin and move on. That's it at this point. Because now they're playing with unproductive money, right? And what are you going to do? There's no way they're going to recoup the amount of value that they gave up for him. So it's pointless at this point. The trade deadline is 2.5 weeks away, so they have that much time to move him if they're going to move him. So, I mean, just take your losses, cut your losses, and run. And that's it. Don't make the losses any worse. Don't make it compound any more than it already has. So that's my thought. You're seeing, you like that? The Wendell Lopez. It'll cost a lot, but it might be doable. And I think, they could, like, you could package Oswald Peraza. You can even give him Gleyber Torres if you want. You can give him Miguel Ando. You can give them a lot of offensive young pieces. Florial and some other guys, Everson Pereira. It's doable. It's doable. It's definitely doable. So, Udo, man, I appreciate you neutralizing these trolls, man. Unbelievable, these porn trolls just come out of nowhere. Pujols, the first 5-time competitor to never win. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing, Alonso probably has the edge, but this is also Stanton's hometown. So I'd like to see Stanton win. That'd be pretty cool. It would be pretty cool. Doing pretty well, Jack, man. How you doing? Hello, Molly. How are you? Yep, I remember that too. Alexander saying the Red Sox were dead, and then they've gone on a tear. The Orioles, too, they're gone on a tear, Like I keep saying this: don't sleep on anybody, especially teams in the AL East. Never sleep on them because they could blow up in our faces. So, Cess is hurt. I didn't know that. That sucks. Oh well, just Castillo then. Um, it happens. It happens, right? They slump, Kyle, and it just, I, it just happens. You know what I mean? How many ghost runs in these extra innings have been left on, Mike? I don't know if I'll be able to do that right now. I'll have to do some computational stuff. So, Dominic, I'll have an answer for you by tomorrow if I can get those numbers for you. But that's it's an interesting question. I'm guessing he's left quite a few ghost runners on. That's for sure. I like that question, man. I like it, Dominic. Why a lot of people are saying the Blue Jays are underperforming when they have the best. Yeah, and they're as of right now, if the season ended, they were in the playoffs. I mean, if they've, I think they expected a big step forward beyond what they had last year, and it hasn't happened yet. So, and like it's funny because Vlad Guerrero said last year, this last season was going to be an appetizer. This season is going to be the main course. He kind of set that up, and it hasn't happened yet. But again, the season's not over. The Red Sox went on a tear the second half of the season last year. The Blue Jays can do the same. The Rays can do the same. That's why I don't think it's a smart idea to just get complacent or lazy and sleep on these guys. I would not do it. It's not a wise option at all. So keep pushing, man. Keep the foot on the gas pedal, man. From the Yankees, you know what I mean? But yes, we need contact hitting, no doubt. Yeah, I would agree with you, Billy. I don't like booing Yankee players either. I really don't. Yeah, I agree with that, Billy. Yeah, dude, Tyler, always on fire, bro. They're on fire. You know, good for them. It's good to see. Like, there's a good chance we could have 5 American League East teams all over 500. Can you imagine being last place and still being over 500 team? Like, that's nuts, nuts. But it will be awesome. New York Yankees are in the driver's seat because the rest of the AL East will end up. I hope so, Japan. I mean, the next Brocious was probably one of the best moves in cash. He was the best number 9 hitter in all of baseball, I think, in history, and that I've ever seen. Sean Browning. That was Cashman's first big move in 1998. That was his first year as GM, 1998. The next battle after this, the Yankees get Boston, then they get Houston. Okay, they get Baltimore, and then they get the Mets. The next 4 series are going to be torture for the Yankees if they don't play well. Absolute torture. And the last thing we want is to have that 15-game lead cut down to 5. That would suck. That would really suck. So that's one of my bigger worries. Shohei Ohtani, he bat again. He's going to be a free agent after 2023. So, and he's still pretty young. So I think if the Angels are not playing well still, he'll probably sign somewhere else. That's my guess. So Orioles, yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. Chaz Chisholm had some issues with Mattingly and other guys. Yeah, he did. He did, Wesley Shackelford. Yeah, which is not, I don't think it's scandalous from what I heard, but if I would take him as a change of scenery guy, no doubt about it. He's a good player. He's a good player, man. Yeah, I mean, Shohei Ohtani is a unique type of player, and again, it's just he does a little bit of both, and he's good at both sides. But again, it's and again, he could be a giant if he came to the Yankees, but he could also just shrivel up if he doesn't perform, and the Yankees will eat him alive. Yankee fans, I should say, will eat him alive. So he can be a Hideki Matsui, or he could be a Kei Igawa. And we just don't know what the hell he would be. He's perfect over in California, whereas it's a better fit for him. He's got Trout, but take him out of there and put him somewhere else. Again, California is not New York in terms of sports environment. Yankee fans are rough, man. They're real. They give it to you real, and that's how. I wouldn't have it any other way, man. Wouldn't have it any other way. Good or bad, you get it real. So, Luis Castillo, David Robertson, and Happ or Benetendi would be a complete upgrade. Yeah, unfortunately, Benetendi's probably not going to happen now. Michael Shane after tonight's news. So, but again, it could still happen. But I'm guessing tonight's news is going to make it less likely that happens. So, what do you do with Florial? I mean, it might be wise to bring one of these guys up now. Now that Hicks is not going to be sitting for a couple days, to give him, give the outfield a little bit of youth and a fresh body in there. My pleasure, Princess Torres. My pleasure. I don't see the confirmation of Stanton on the list yet, Coffee Cat, so I don't yet. He said he wanted to do it, but I don't see the confirmation just yet. Yep, and that's 11 walk-off wins by the Yankees, Tyler. My trade deadline priority list for the Yankees is a one starter, one reliever, and an outfielder who can hit righties well. I might actually do my ideal Yankees checklist. I'm doing my MLB trade deadline predictions, so I'll predict what the Yankees, will do there. But it's not the same as what I think the Yankees should do. So maybe I'll do that too, D-Rod. But that's my kind of priority. Hitting those three buttons is absolutely critical. And it's got to be a lefty hitter who's decent contact hitter, who knows how to hit righties well. Because the majority of pitchers on Houston are righties, and the Yankees have a difficult time hitting Houston pitching right now. They do. So, and we have to neutralize that any way we can. Yeah, the Mets did. The Braves just acquired Cano. The Braves. He's an Atlanta Brave now, so. Isn't that crazy, Rose? How many big late inning bombs to Tyler to go ahead to Stanton getting? He gets a lot. He gets a lot, Dominic. I mean, especially in the postseason, man. So many go-ahead home runs and stuff. I love Stanton, man. Stan's my dude. So, I'm glad we have him. I'll tell you that. I mean, I'm glad we have him and Judge. I mean, really am. And he has like almost 370 home runs now. So, I mean, I think he's going to get his 500th home run with the Yankees, which would be kind of cool, which is kind of the benchmark for a Hall of Fame. And he's got 5 or 6 more seasons left with the Yankees on this ridiculous contract that he signed with them. So there's a good chance that he can do it. A really good chance that he can do it. So, especially if he keeps hitting 35 or 40 a year, he'll blow past it. He really will. Yeah, very Gallo is similar to Sonny Gray. Good player. New York is not a fit for them, unfortunately. And again, they tried it, didn't work. Got to just keep moving. Keep it moving. You know what I mean? So the Yankees gave up some quantity. Christopher Woods, exactly. They didn't give up a ton of. They didn't give up a top 5 prospect for Gallo, so which is good because that would have been extrapolated and made it even worse. But could they do another salary dump like they did with Sessa and Wills? They could. I just don't know. Well, they could. I mean, it could be Chapman and somebody. I think that would be the biggest salary dump. Michael Shin. My guess. But that they could. I just don't know who we would pair together. Shin. That's my question. But Schmidt and I mean Sessa and Wilson was the perfect salary dump to get them under the threshold. And they got a young pitcher who's still on the farm. So they could add 2 more quality bats to this lineup, revive the dead bottom. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, I would definitely be upgrading the bottom of this lineup 100%, man. 100%. Taking the pressure off top. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. But Hickey, unfortunately, is going to be platoon. He's still going to platoon with Trevino for the rest of this year, I think, Fritz. But Trevino's getting like 2/3 of the reps, so that's good too. Happ isn't my first choice, but he's my choice over Benetendi. But Brian Reynolds is still my first choice for Yankees to try to get. So we'll see what happens. Can the Yankees dump Chapman? They can, Tyler, but this is where you have to attach like a top prospect to him to get that money off the books. Something like that. Schmidt could be called up. Yeah, he could be. So could Herman. Herman could end his rehab too. I'm curious to see what they're going to do. And then Loisaga is probably back in a couple days too. Probably right before the All-Star break. So we're going to have him too. The Jays did fire their manager today, D-Rod. Yep, Charlie Montoya. Chapman was throwing 101 tonight. So do I see him moving? Is it the biggest priority? No. No. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Happ will cost more than Benetendi to ELT in Japan because he has another controllable year in 2023. So, well, the Yankees go after Contreras. I don't think they don't need another catcher. You see, if I'm going after anybody in the Cubs, it's going to be Ian Happ, maybe David Robertson. They don't need another catcher. I think the Mets or the Astros are going to wind up with Contreras. No, we don't need him, Alexander Contreras. We don't need him. Chapman stuff is good tonight, Peter. That's right. Yeah, the same thing, Talbot. I think I would still get Reynolds. He'll be fine in a week or two. So Conforto's hurt for the season. He had shoulder surgery, so he's old man. He's not playing at all this year. They already announced that. Yeah, I mean Cuban Miss. I keep him where he's at until shows he can be more dependable later. Sure, he can still throw gas, but I don't know if he can do it against him. Well, gas is great, but gas with movement's better, right? You need movement with that gas too. Yeah, Conforto's out for the season. Instead of Happ, Benetendi, or Taylor, just develop Floriano. He has to learn how to hit at the major league level. He's still having trouble. Every time he gets called up, he can't hit at the major league level. So they have to continue to develop him. But again, you're right too. Like putting him up here and letting him work with Dylan Lawson on a regular basis could help him. It could help him. So, and Chapman does make me nervous, Bernie. And thankfully, his contract's up at the end of the year. So, thankfully, not. Pete Alonso. Yeah, I think he's a better home run hitter than Judge, but I don't know about all around better player. Home run hitter, yes. Yeah. Michael Fulmer, but he's another reasonable option to go after. Harry Tackle. I'm not sure if the Tigers are going to move players. They're going to probably want to add, but Fulmer's a decent option for the bullpen too. Yeah. Well, yeah. Thankfully, Chapman's contract is up at the end of the year in Japan, so that'll be a relief. That's for sure. The Yankees would have got Verlander for 25. They would be like 70. Yeah, they didn't give him that second year. Houston did. So that's the main reason why they didn't get him. King of Queens, baby. Yeah, I mean, I would be all over Brian Reynolds, Ben Myers, all over the guy. I mean, I really would. Fantasy trade for the Yankees, Brian Reynolds and David Bednar. That would be an awesome trade. An awesome trade. Fantasy game, yeah. Happ is better than Benetendi. Well, Happ's got an extra controllable year. Their intangibles. I mean, Happ has got a little bit better power, and Benetendi's got a little bit better average. They're both solid. And Happ is a switch hitter. Benetendi's not. So, Happ is also vaccinated, and Benetendi's not vaccinated. So that's going to affect their status as to what team they go to, particularly if the other team's going to go to Toronto again because he won't be able to play there. So that's going to affect somebody's trade status, unfortunately. Yeah, he's got a little bit of an oblique thing, Rusty Shackelford, but Reynolds will be back. I'm not worried about Brian Reynolds. Yeah, and Greg Bird got released today. I saw that in black. I saw that. Yeah, the Yankees released the contract of Greg Bird today, so he's out. He's gone. Yeah. Our catchers are great bat again, man. 100%, bro. Am I concerned about Judge's strikeouts? Yeah, sure I am, David. Yeah, he strikes out a lot. Yeah. I'm worried about his durability and his age too. At some point, could Donaldson play first base if they lost Rizzo? He probably could. ELT. He probably could. I would try my darndest to keep him. That's for sure. But he has an opt out, so he might. If he's playing well like this, he's definitely gonna opt out and get some. You can't blame him. Can't blame him. Imagine the Yankees, the Tigers trade Austin Meadows to the Yankees. That would be kind of nuts, you're seeing. But I wouldn't rule it out. I wouldn't be offended. Ben, we're having rotation issues now. Severino's probably going to miss some time. Tyon's has shown some good regression. He's going to have to make adjustments. Nestor Cortez is going to be on an innings limit soon. So we need some arms. We need 1 or 2 starters now. Unfortunately, they do. Yeah. But yeah, definitely Donaldson's a better fit at third base. DJ LeMahieu is a better backup to Rizzo than at first base. Most definitely. Montez or Syndergaard. Syndergaard, as far as I know, healthier. Montez is still having a shoulder issue, so I would avoid Montez now. Adam Duvall, man, they might, the Braves. Theoretically, that's what I think the Yankees are trying to do, Brian Anderson, but it's really not working. So I would try to move him for whatever I can get for him and just keep him moving. That's it. They're not going to win this trade one way or another, so it's not going to happen. So might as well just move it. Might as well keep it moving. No. Raphael, what? Trump for president? You go to Rikers? What are you talking about? None of this. No right-wing propaganda in here, dude. Get that Trump stuff out of here, Raphael, please. None of the political stuff. Trump for president, you go to Rikers. What are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? Zach Gallen, I think he's healthy again. Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly. Yeah, no, don't start doing that, Jim Jordan. Don't start with the Trump trolling garbage. Get you both out of here, man. I'm not gonna. There are other channels for right wing propaganda, not this one. I care if Marwin and DJ can all play. Yeah, I mean, Marwin and DJ, their versatility is a plus, a definite plus. You know. I do think Rusty Shackelford. I do think the Phillies will probably move one of those contracts. I'm not sure, and they might move Castellanos. I'm guessing Schwarber's playing too well right now, but crazy things have happened. Crazy. Philly is known to be bold, so. And I think you're right too, Yassine. They should have moved Montez last year. Rodon, a realistic option. The problem with Rodon is he's approaching his innings limits. You know, he's approaching his innings limits. So, and they won't be able to get much out of him this year. That's trade a lot for Rodon, and then you're not going to be able to really use the guy. It's not going to make much sense. Yeah, Rortvedt just started his rehab assignment yesterday, Christopher Woods. So I guess we'll see him in September. So Richard Rodriguez, they signed him. He's building up his arm in the minors. So it's going to take a little bit. Yeah, man. Yankee propaganda. That's right. That's right. I don't think the Indians are going to move anybody, Peter. I think they're going to add. I think they're going to add, dude. I think so. Stephen London, I appreciate that. It's only fair, right? You got to do it on this channel. You got to do it, Brian. Love you too, though. I appreciate your support, man. Much love. Yeah, and I think Dominic, it's a benefit of being a lefty too. Being able to catch the ball with the right hand and its tag, it's so much easier than being able to catch it and have to go across the body. So Rizzo's in a perfect position to complete these pickoffs. So he did a good job tonight in Abreu. That was a great pickoff, man. Fantastic pickoff. So, you know what I mean? 161 River Ave. That's right, Christopher Woods. It is a primary Yankee channel. Who's asking here? Somebody asking? It's channels for Yankee propaganda. Yeah, this is Yankee stuff, baby. This is Yankee. We do talk other teams, but it's mostly Yankee. And we've had this discussion before. We keep the political stuff out of here. There are other channels who like to infuse politics. This is not one of them. You know, I don't think Boston trades Devers this year, at least to Alexander. Well, I would be shocked if they did. I think they're more likely to trade Bogarts than Devers. So it's yeah, I think they move Bogarts and get a decent package back from him. Devers is going to get paid. He's a free agent after next season, as is Donaldson. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if they were Yankees replaced Donaldson with Rafael Devers? He'd only be 26 years old, patrolling the Yankees third base. Baby. Joely, they traded him to the Mets, and he's doing terrible over there, Aiden. So I would probably move on from Joely. You know, it's crazy, Peter. I mean, Charlie Blackmon wasn't a fit before, but he might be a fit now that. And I'm not. The Yankees haven't ruled out these two Royals players, but I think personally I did. But he could be a fit now. He could be. James Caprillion, old Yankee prospect. I'm not sure if he's the right fit. The Yankees are going to need a little bit more than that. So, right, yeah, I'm not even worrying about Devers right now because he's not a free agent. So, Devers will move to Boris. I think a lot of guys will move to Boris. A lot of guys. Oh yeah, Cole would love Devers playing for us instead of against them. So, Ketel Marte or David Peralta. I mean, Ketel Marte just got locked up for I think through 2027. So he's on a long-term deal. That doesn't mean they won't move him, but you know, Peralta's older. He's 34. I mean, he could, but maybe. Shackelford, yeah. I mean, Benetendi is probably thought of as the best value, but his value I think, it went down tonight. Shackelford, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm hearing that I'm hearing that kind of across the board. So you don't mess with the Zohan, Stephen. That's right. That's right. Peralta. I mean, yeah. I mean, he could be. He's lefty bat, and we'll get what we get from him. I think he's got great utility role. DJ Carpenter, Marlon. Yeah, good. I mean, yeah, they do. Sure, yes, they do, Bernie. Of the All-Star game, a nice break into Japan, 100%, man. It's going to get wild after the All-Star break. The trade deadline speculation and all this stuff. It's going to get nuts. It really is going to get nuts. Yeah, man. God. We were told if we didn't get Carlos Correa, it'd be a fourth or fifth place team. That didn't happen. So, like, Carlos Correa was a sexy name, but I'm guessing he'll go back out. He'll probably opt out now that he's playing a little bit more normal this season. So he'll be a free agent probably. And again, he will be instead of being one of five guys, if he opts out, it'd be him and Trey Turner, free agent. So the chance of him, going to if Trey Turner leaves the Dodgers, I can see Correa going to the Dodgers. So he'll get paid this offseason if he opts out. Brandon Drury's also unvaccinated, Yassine, so I don't think they're going to go for him either. Again, it's another guy who will not be able to play in Toronto. It's unfortunate. And I do think price will likely drop, trade prices, and he might not even get moved. I mean, I think he'll probably most likely get moved, yeah, but the list of teams will shorten, I think. Aiden Scott Barlow I would love Castillo. I don't know if Seattle are going to add him though for controllable building block in the rotation. But if I can't get Castillo, I'd be happy to get Scott Barlow. Happy. So exactly, Coffee Cat. Exactly. This Grichuk or Hayward, I wouldn't do either one, Danny. To be honest with you, if I had to choose, probably Grichuk, but I don't know. Yeah, Trey Turner's a good player, Badigan. Quality contact. Yeah, could you imagine that, Fritz? Scherzer would have been nice. Yeah. Correa. I think Bogarts is being considered more of a second baseman now, but you might be right. So it could be those three guys, Tyler. Yeah, could be. Sessa's hurt now, Aiden DeVilla. Yeah, Trey Turner doesn't make sense here. None of those guys make sense here now. Trey Turner's also going to probably get $300 million or close to it. So, and Carlos Correa was also, I think he was kind of a dick to Jeter and some of the Yankees. So I don't think personality wise, chemistry wise, he's not a fit here either. So I don't care what the hell happens with Carlos Correa. 3 more games, yep, which still matters. So the other teams that all the other teams that play there too. I think Toronto will drop the mandate. No, because it's a countrywide mandate. It's a Canada mandate. So, and again, COVID's back up now. There's a new variant because there's so many unvaccinated people. So it's ramping back up again. So have to be careful. It's unfortunate, but it's true. But hopefully they'll get through it safely. Javi Baez left, Mets, Lindor. Yeah, Lindor. Lindor's solid. He's a good player. Third baseman. Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do with their base. Gardner. I don't see Gardner coming back here. I doubt it. Could be wrong, but I doubt it. Yeah, DJ can play third base too. Yes, he can. Most definitely. Yeah, I don't think Yankee fans would embrace Correa after what he's talked about Jeter and doesn't seem he's not a fit here. Great player, but yeah, Cole Calhoun is an option, maybe. Gardner is a free agent. Yes, he can sign anywhere he wants. Paul Blackburn from Oakland. He actually just made the All Star team too, so he'd be an intriguing option for a starting pitcher. Bogarts or Devers would be nice, man. Get that lefty bat here, and he's young. He'll be expensive, but be nice. Yeah, I think so. We haven't short until Volpe and Peraza ready. There's no reason to mess with it before that, Brett. Honestly, I don't think there's any reason to mess with it. Dansby Swanson's another one, but I can't see him leaving Atlanta. Who do I predict with the Yankees starting shortstop? IKF. If they don't sign Judge, they might look at it. They might. Might. It depends, Danny, honestly. Volpe, you know, like Oswald Peraza learned second base now too. So you learn to play second position, you become more valuable. So Volpe might learn a second position too. So it could change, but I think right now he's trending in number one. You still have Roderick Arias, who's young and raw, and so there's some other guys too. Oswaldo Cabrera. There's a lot of depth at that position the Yankees have, but that's what you do. You trade from some of that depth to address other areas. No. Yes, he is, Ben. He's a stopgap. He's good enough, man. Cleveland machine B would be available for a haul. I don't know. Ray, I'm not sure. I'm not sleeping on Cleveland. They can make the playoffs. I think Cleveland's probably going to want to add at the deadline. Eddie Rosario is in Atlanta. Aiden, he's in Atlanta, and he got hurt on his eye to get that eye surgery. So he might not even be available. I can't could slide to super. He could. It depends on what they decide to do. How well these prospects keep developing. Devers will a killer in pinstripes. Yeah, we don't need more home runs, Jeffrey. What he did tonight was more than fine. It was a perfect walk-off, man. As I like on a wild pitch, I'll take it any day, man. I'll take any kind of walk-off. You know? I can't. Peraza has to prove himself at the major league level first. So that's the thing. Peraza could put up a minimum same level of production that I can. Maybe, maybe not. There's no guarantee. Is he a better base runner? I mean, they're both good base runners, so. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Swanson's definitely not available now. Yeah, he's not being moved. No way. We don't need him to have pop. He's doing what the Yankees traded him for him to do, so. I don't think the Guardians traded Bieber, no. I'd be shocked. No, Glaber as shortstop, I don't think is happening anymore. As a starter, no way. Yeah, that's right, Angel. They won, baby. Yeah, I'll wrap it up in a few minutes too here. Martin Perez from Texas. He might get moved, but I'm guessing they might want to continue trying to build. They started building this offseason. So I think. I don't know, man. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. You know? Trey, he hits free agency next year. So, I mean, he's going to make $30 million a year. Probably easily, Fritz. For 10 years, probably. He's going to get like a Corey Seager type contract. So I don't see the Yankees getting any of those big expensive shortstops. Not with all the shortstop prospects they have in the pipeline. No way. But again, I also could be wrong. So yeah, dude. Udo, mazel tov, buddy. Have a great night. I'm gonna wrap it up too. Severino is going for his MRI tomorrow, Angel. He's shoulder tightness. He had to pull himself out of the game in the third inning. So that's what we know right now. We'll have a better idea once the MRI is done. We'll get an idea of whether there's structural damage or not. I'll report it one way or another. So 20 stolen bases. There'll be a great defense. I mean, maybe Peter, but again, IKF isn't the problem here. It's not the problem. We have to focus on the problem. The problem's now pitching, right? Gallo, those are bigger problems than shortstop. They just happen to have depth. And if the Yankees get Castillo, Peraza's gone. Peter, gone. But again, it's really up to the Yankees to decide what they want to do, right? I'm curious to see what Cashman's going to do over the next couple of weeks. I really am. There's no guarantee that they're going to improve. Peter, again and again, shortstop is not their biggest problem. They have bigger problems to address. Again, just different opinions between you and I. But I do think if they get Luis Castillo, Peraza is a goner. I do. Bass from the Marlins. It'd be an interesting one to see. And Dan is funny, man. Yeah, that was a great 3-run double play by IKF and some clutch hits. Yankees wouldn't have won without it. So, yep. Absolutely, Carlos. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up too. We've been on for a while. So, go have a great night, everybody. I think they'll just acquire a pitcher who can eat innings. They need a pitcher who can eat innings, Peter. Absolutely, they do. They do. A reliable one, right? So they need a reliable one. Herman coming back, I think he's best suited for long relief, but who knows what they're going to do? We really don't know. But obviously, we'll be putting it out here. But thank you so much for coming out. Everybody spending some time with us tonight. I'll do a live stream tomorrow after the game. Have a great night, everybody. Yeah, we got 115 likes on here, so wait till we go live on trade deadline day. I think that one's going to be a banger. That one's going to be nuts. I think we might probably get 1,000 people on that one. So, but we'll see. Keep Castillo after tomorrow. This I don't think they're going to get Luis Castillo tomorrow. But again, I'd like to be wrong. I'd like to be wrong on that one. So, but anyway, have a great night, everybody. Peace and love. Talk to you next time.